There we go. But then it's like, recently, like because I started doing this in October of last year.
Yeah.
And then I never showed my face ever, not once.
Yeah.
And then recently I'm like, fuck it, why not, you know?
Yeah.
I started going to concerts and be like, hey, like people would recognize me. They're like, oh, that's BoonePod. And I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
And then I think the only time someone's ever posted a picture with me in it was this guy called, his Instagram account is Dantichrist.
Okay,
and
yeah.
Then,
yeah.
He posted a picture with me, but even then, before he posted it, he was like, hey, do you want me to blur this photo? And I'm like, I don't care if you do or not. He's like, I just wanted to respect you. And I'm like, thanks, man.
No, right. That's nice.
But hey, guys, welcome back to BoonePod episode 11 or 12, I think. I think it's 11 or 12. Because I've got up to episode 5 released right now, I think. Mm-hmm. And then I've got like 6 sitting on my hard drive on my computer.
Yeah.
So, and then, this is the first episode of the week that I'm recording.
Awesome.
And then I'm recording 3 more after this.
Wow.
This is the only one tonight, and then I'm recording 2 tomorrow. And then I'm recording 1 really early in the morning on Thursday.
Ooh, okay.
So it's going to be really fun.
Love that.
You ever been on a podcast or anything like this before?
No. I mean...
Any sort of long talking thing?
Yeah, well, my friends in high school, I had a few who ran a podcast, but I was never on it. But I always listened to it, so it was pretty cool.
Do you listen to any of this one?
I actually, because I was like, I don't know what to expect, so I listened to the one you most recently posted.
Oh, the one that with Ari.
Yes, yeah, I listened
that one's
to that
good.
Today. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, well, a lot of people think this is like an interview thing, and it's not. It's just, everybody I'd invite on, I'm like, I just want to talk to these people because it's cool. Especially your account, because I saw your account and I'm like, this is kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But then, how long have you been running that account for? Because it's got a lot of followers.
It does, yeah. I've been running it since November, and...
You've been running it since November and you've already got 1,000 likes?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
It kind of, I know, it literally picked up so fast because I was sitting in my dorm in, like, November, because I saw other colleges had crush accounts, like NC State Crush, UNCG Crush.
And you were like,
I know. And I, like, looked up if we had an App State Crush account, and we didn't. Or there was one, but it was, like, bad. Like, somebody made it in, like, 2017.
I think I remember seeing that one, yeah. It's, like, it's really old, and then I think it stopped posting in 2018.
Right. So I was talking to my friends, I'm like, how funny would it be if I made this account? And they're like, go for it. And we didn't expect it to blow up. But we were sitting in my dorm, and I just started, like, following a bunch of random people, like, after I made the account. And then, like, that night we got up to, like, 70 followers, which was pretty good. Like,
first night?
Yeah, because I was just
God.
following a bunch of random people that, like, went to App State. I even posted on the App State Snapchat story. This was probably really dumb because people might have been like, is this the owner? But I posted on my main. I was like, did this weird account follow anyone else? And it was literally a screenshot of App State Crush because I wanted people to be like,
weird. This is weird, guys.
Why is this following? Because I wanted people to like be like curious as to what it was. And then we started getting submissions that night because it started with my friends and I just like submitting each other.
So the way that it works is that it's a Google form that everybody submits to? Uh-huh. How many, do you know like roughly how many submissions you get like per day?
I would say...
Or is it like a lot?
The most popular days I could get up to like 35.
Holy shit.
That's why I get behind so easily because there's so many ramping up and then I try not to spam people's feeds with it.
But you post like every day, don't you?
I do. I try. There was like a week though where I didn't post and then I got really behind. But I try to post at least twice a day. So, yeah. But
how do you like filter through those? Do you just go through and you're like, this one sounds interesting, and then you post it?
I post all of them, honestly. Okay. Yeah, because people, like, get upset, and they're like, people DM me and be like, where's my submission? But the thing is, it's anonymous on my end, too. Like, because people will DM me and be like, who said this about me? I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's anonymous to me, too. So, when people are like, post my submission, like, I have to guess and just keep posting, and hopefully they'll be satisfied because they're just posted.
Are there any that you've gotten in submissions where you're like, I can't post this one?
Yeah.
Are there any that are like really gross and you're like, I can't do that?
Because there was one that had like slurs in it, and I was like, I can't post that. I was like, that's just, I can't post that. But some of them are just weird, and I'll post it, and people just like enjoy it. So, I don't know.
Is it like you'll post something weird up to a point?
The thing is, I haven't got anything that weird to where I wouldn't post it.
Yeah, you haven't gotten anything yet where you're like, I don't, like, should I post this? I don't know.
Besides that slur one, like, everything else I've been like, I'm just gonna post it, and if people don't like the submission, they'll DM me and be like, take it down, and that's why I always have my notifications on, because in class, I'll have to turn over my phone because I'll post, and then people will be liking it, and I don't want people around me to be like, her phone is blowing up, it's from App State Crush.
You're like, oh, she's famous.
I know, literally, but, like, I keep my notifications on because if I get a DM and somebody wants me to take down their post, I try to take it down like immediately so that people aren't like upset that it's been up and like 100 people have seen it. So yeah,
it sounds like fun.
It is fun.
What I do for my notifications on my phone, because I have the same problem where I'll post a thing on the BoonePod Instagram and be like, the new episode out now.
Yeah.
I have on, I don't know if you have an iPhone. Do you have an iPhone?
I do, yeah.
So what I have is on mine, I have it so that I have my Instagram in my notification summary so that I'll see the notifications, but it won't like spam my phone.
Okay, yeah.
It'll just be like put like after like after like. Okay. And it's really nice.
Yeah, that's
nice. What I do.
That's very helpful.
But then it doesn't, like, I can't change it so that only likes appear there. It's like also DMs too. Oh. So if anyone's ever DM'd the BoonePod account and I don't answer it, that's why. Or just because I'll look at it, answer it in my head, and then put my phone down.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny.
But it's fun stuff. I can't believe you have like over 1,000 followers in like just a few months.
I know, it's gotten crazy. Like, I hit 1,000, I think, like 6 or like a week ago, I think. So it was pretty fun. I was like, 1,000, but I don't know like how many more people like don't know about it.
Yeah. You should start putting posters up around on campus.
I know, but that'd be funny. I feel like people would be like, what is this? Because I'm, like, not affiliated with App State, obviously, besides being a student. So, I don't know. But
I had an App State, I had an official App State Greek account follow me.
Really?
Yeah. Which is really weird, but then it's also, because I don't know if they know this, on an episode in season 1, I very prominently yelled, fuck frats. And I don't know if they listened to that episode or not.
No.
But I thought it was because it's like it's the official App State like Greek life account. Oh. And I don't.
That's actually funny.
I think I said like fuck frats except for like the Jewish frat.
Okay, yeah.
Because from what I've heard the Jewish frat is awesome.
They are.
And then somebody else told me like, yeah, apparently this one sorority was cool. So I'm like, okay, there's exceptions.
Yeah.
But not much.
That's kind of funny.
I don't know. Well, I think I said that because at the time, it was like really close to when last semester started. And I think the day before school, a sorority and a frat had parties until like 3 a.m. right next to my apartment.
Oh, so that's probably very annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also I just think frats are weird. Frats and sororities are weird, but...
I rushed for sorority at the beginning of the semester and I did not get in. But... I mean, I'm fine with it, because it seems like...
just listen to the sorority. You didn't let App State crushes in. You could have had a social media star.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. Yeah, no, it was kind of hard, because I was so, like, butthurt over it, but then I was like, I'll be fine. And I already have enough stuff going on in the semester where I feel like being in a sorority would also be, like, extra added pressure.
This BoonePod is what rounds out my, like, daily life. Because, like, when I get done with school, I have to try really hard to not just, like, sit down on my computer and just, like, play video games until I pass out.
I get that.
And then what usually ends up happening is then I'll push my homework back until the day. Because all of my homework this semester is always due on Sunday.
Yeah, me too.
So what usually ends up happening is that every Sunday I'll wake up and be like... oh shit, and then I'll work on homework until like midnight, and then I repeat it every week, and it's awesome.
I do too. I'm an awful procrastinator. Like, seriously, I've procrastinated since middle school, and I've tried to get out of the habit, and it just...
I've been like forcing myself to recently.
Really?
Because what I ended up doing the last few weeks is that I will just sit down on Monday and just grind and do all my homework.
Yeah.
So I've done that the last 2 weeks.
That's good.
And then I haven't done it this week. But then I got I was really dreading doing one of my homework assignments, and then my professor sent me an email on the way here saying, "Hey, this homework is pushed back until the Tuesday after spring break." And I was like,
that is
oh my God.
Nice.
And then so now I only have like 3 assignments left to do for the rest of the week.
That's good. And then spring break. And then
I still have to work on spring break.
You do?
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So all I'm doing over spring break is just working.
Oh my gosh.
Well, because one of my coworkers goes here too, and she was like, "Yeah, I asked off for the entire week of spring break," and she told me that last week, and I was like, "Fuck, why didn't I do that?"
No. And then, at least you're making money though. That's a good thing.
Oh yeah, I love working at in a produce. It's awesome.
Where do you work?
Lowe's Foods.
Oh, okay. That's a fun.
I've had a lot of people recognize me there. So
really?
If you're listening I've had a lot of bands see me there. Mm-hmm. Like I ran into who did I run into? I ran into the lead singer of the Weasels. Okay. I ran into the American Dingo.
Ooh.
A few other people, I think.
That's crazy.
It's really weird running into American Dingo in public. Do you know who Dingo is?
I don't.
They are the craziest motherfucker I've ever met in my life. Yes, the episode they were on the second ever episode of BoonePod. That still to this day I think is the highest energy episode we've ever had. I was crying laughing. Oh, no. It was so funny. Because they were busting out the story about their My Little Pony character that they had in 7th grade. And then what I had a bunch of people messaging me about this. I was supposed to put because they showed me a picture of the My Little Pony OC that they had. And then I didn't post it in the Instagram post, and a lot of people were like, "I want to see it!" And then I completely forgot about it by the time the episode was edited and put out. So I was like, "Well, sucks. Sorry. You're gonna have to ask Jackson about it."
Right. I'll have to go follow them.
Yeah, you'll have to. Just anybody on the app, anybody on the BoonePod following, they're good.
I'll go follow.
It's like all bands and just App State. I followed the App State Beekeeping Club.
There's a beekeeping club? No way.
There's an App State Beekeeping Club, and I followed them on the BoonePod account, and then they followed me back, and I was nearly in tears.
Oh my gosh.
Because this is the best day of my life.
That's so weird.
Was that my phone or yours?
I don't know.
Let me put my phone
it's
on
yours.
That was definitely me.
Oh, I got a DM on App State Crush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me put my phone down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. BoonePod is the thing that makes me actually hold accountable to the things I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
What?
Sorry, the computer's flashed on.
There's a ghost.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see it on that camera right there. Because there's a camera right above your head. That's what that
I
is.
didn't even notice that.
That's like a cinematography camera.
Ooh.
And then there's a screen right there where you can see what it is. And you can see somebody who's recording something in here.
That's cool.
I never use this room for video recording. I just use it because it's a big space.
Yeah.
So if I have a band on with 6 people in here, I can drag them in here instead of shoving them in like a sardine in the audio recording room.
It's a pretty big room.
It is. I like it a lot in here.
Never been in here.
A lot of people haven't. I feel like a lot of people on this campus just don't know the lower level of the library exists.
I went down here once to go on the makerspace for my class, and I had no idea we had a whole.
This is where all the fun stuff in the library is.
No, it is.
Man.
I really like it. It's very cool.
This is where I always drag people to record, so
yeah,
it's fun stuff.
Very, very fun.
But I don't know. Usually when I'm editing BoonePod. I know I shouldn't be doing this. It's always edited the day before it's supposed to go out. So the episode that came out yesterday, the episode that came out yesterday, I edited that yesterday. Because episodes are supposed to come out at noon, but I was so entrenched in homework on Sunday that I don't have time to edit this. So I was gonna, and then my plan was all right, I'm gonna wake up really early in the morning. I'm gonna wake up 3 hours before I have to go to class, and I'm gonna sit down and I edit it. And then I woke up, and then I didn't do that, and then I got out of class and I sprinted home to my apartment, and then I edited it, and then I think the episode came out at 8:00.
Well, you got it out within the day.
Yeah, I got it out.
That's good.
Well, it was supposed to come out at noon, and then because I took a break last week. As of recording this, I took a break last week because I'm I cannot do this week.
Yeah. So
I didn't record anything. I didn't edit anything. And then this week I was all right, I'm going to come back strong.
Right.
And then I didn't come back strong at all.
It's okay. That's how I feel. I'm and I have a plan the night before, the next morning. I'm okay, I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to look presentable for class. I'm going to go get coffee. I'm going to go to class. And then I wake up 30 minutes before my class.
That's happened to me a lot. There was one time last week where I was I was before I went to, it was like 2 a.m. and I'm like, all right, I have to be in class at 9:30. And I was like, okay, I'll wake up at 8. Mm-hmm. So I set like 3 different alarms for 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Woke up at a shy 9.
No.
So I had to throw on clothes, skip breakfast, everything, sprint to class.
Yeah.
And then I had like 4 other classes that day. So it was awesome.
Crazy.
Have you actually, speaking of your Instagram account, have you seen the App State Hates account?
Yes!
I love it so much.
No, I have to read this to you. Okay. I was talking to my friends 2 weeks ago, and because I was like, how funny would it be if I made like an App State Hate account?
Are you telling me you run the App State Hates account?
I do not. Okay. I do not. Because I was talking to them, and I was like, I would like mix it up. Mm-hmm. And 2 weeks later, I get a follow request.
The account pops up.
Yes, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I'm going to show you. They DM'd me. They say, all right, I'm thinking we team up. Together we can run this town. Strike me down and I shall become more powerful than you could ever possibly imagine. Take your rightful place at my side. And I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
And I was like, what's going on? And this is a picture of like a lion with a cigar in its mouth.
It's the kind of shit like your 60-year-old uncle would have as a profile picture on Facebook.
I was scared. I was like, what's going on? And they're like, we should do a cross promotion. I was like,
how does that work?
I don't know. And they haven't DM'd me. They said, I shall promote your account. Allow me to prepare something for you. And I said, okay, on Saturday. And they left me on red. Or they didn't even read it.
Oh my God.
But they posted. It's so funny. Because I was like, what if their account becomes more popular than mine? But
how many followers is it at now? I think when they followed me, they were at 20 followers.
They're at 119 followers, but they're following 442. So
maybe
the ratio's a little off.
Maybe they're fishing for follows. Mm-hmm. Maybe I should have them on the show. Yeah. And then I'll get their opinion.
Oh my gosh, I want to see who runs this though.
Because
I'm so curious.
When I DM'd you to have you on the show, I was like, this is kind of a weird thing to have on the show, but I'm weird. Like, this is awesome.
No, yeah.
Because I'm like, this is a monumental App State account because you gotta have 1,000 followers.
I know, and it blew up so fast, and I'm like, I don't know how much longer like this is gonna last, because I don't know if people are gonna stop like sending you crushes, but people still are, because it was created back in November, and then there's like a little lull like after winter break. I was like, okay, maybe this is gonna die, and no, it just skyrocketed again.
It just kept going,
especially around Valentine's Day, because I was posting a ton. I swear, I posted like 8 or 9 times a day. And my friends are like, you're spamming our feed. And I'm like, it's okay, guys. And then when I start posting, more people are submitting more because they're like, oh, she's getting through them.
So it's a cycle.
It is a cycle.
So the more you post, the more people submit. The more people submit, the more you post, and it just keeps spiraling.
But it's bad because right now, I swear, I'm like,
how many submissions behind are you?
Let me check, actually.
I'm like 300 submissions behind.
I'm
Has anyone ever DM'd you and said like, I've met my true love through your account?
And I wish somebody would. If you're listening to this and you've met your true love through App State Crush, let me know, because I'm waiting for that DM. But I have people submit and they're like, whoever said this about me, like, hit me up, and they'll put their Instagram or their Snapchat, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is, like, matchmaking now.
I hope one day that somebody messages you is like, yeah, I found my true love, and we've been dating for 5 months
Imagine if they get married, and it's because of App State. It's like Tinder.
It'd be really funny if I go on there, it's like, I'm crushing on BoonePod. Like, you don't know what I look like.
I got a submission about you, actually.
What the fuck?
I don't even know how to find it right now, because I literally manually go through and I just click through. But there was one about you. It'll probably be posted soon. But it's
probably just because they don't know what I look like, so it's probably more just like they just like what my voice sounds like.
Yeah, because people will submit me. Like, one time somebody said, you're cute, and I'm like, who is this? Because, like, I have told my friend group that I run this account, and then random people during the weekend when I go out, I'll be like in line for the bathroom with a bunch of people, and I'll just bring it up randomly because I think it's funny, and they're like, oh my gosh, your App State Crush, and I'm like, you're not gonna remember by tomorrow. Some people have them, but
the only people I tell who I'm BoonePod is people I've already had on the show.
Yeah.
So, or like if people will be like, oh, this guy's, it's this guy, and I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever expect what I look like. I don't think you can. Yeah. Especially with my account, it's like, it's like, I always like to ask people before or after the show starts, it's like, what did you think I looked like before you came on the show and saw what I looked like? Probably not this.
I don't know what I expected, honestly. I was kind of, like, nervous coming down here. I was like, who am I going to look for? Obviously a guy, but, like...
I think the way people usually spot me is that I'm usually very poorly dressed when I record. So, dude, there's been, like, 2 or 3 episodes where I look like a bum recording. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. And they're like, no, it's good. And I'm like,
no one can see.
Well, yeah, that's why I don't do a video show. If I did a video, if I did a video show, I'm very camera shy, so the entire time I'd be like...
Like in the... Hello, everyone.
Like, hi, guys. Welcome to BoonePod. Mm-hmm. For all the audio listeners out there, I stood up very straight.
Yeah.
My shoulders
were statue-like.
Yeah, it was very statue-like.
Yeah.
But, like, also, I don't know. It's easier just to do a podcast than a video show, because I don't want to edit a video show. Because if I have a video show, then I have to manually cut it. Then I have to do color grading. Yeah. And I'm not fucking doing that.
I feel like it would be a lot more time to upload, too. Because it's like a video and not just audio.
Well, I'm not recording... when I upload to YouTube, I'm not just recording the audio file. I'm recording a video with, like, a background.
Yeah.
And then, the way I put up my podcast on, like, Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everything else, it's through a platform called Anchor. Anchor is made by Spotify to get podcasts out there. It's really super easy. You just make an account, you upload, and then it'll appear on Spotify and Apple Music. I think you have to manually check all the platforms you want it to be on. Because I had someone tell me, like, yeah, you should do Anchor. And I'm like, awesome. Mm-hmm. It'll automatically put all the platforms up. It doesn't. You have to manually, especially for Apple Podcasts, you have to manually go in and click it. Mm-hmm. But the upload time takes forever. Not because it's a very large file, it's because the upload in my apartment sucks. Oh. The download is awesome. I think the download in my apartment's like 400 megabytes.
That's good.
But then the upload's like 10. Okay. So if BoonePod ever comes out late, that's why.
That makes sense.
So that's why I always have to edit it on Sunday, because I have to upload it that night for it to be up by noon the next day. Yeah. And then it also kind of fucks me uploading at noon because I'm in class at noon, and you can't schedule Instagram posts. Mm-hmm. So I always have to, like, break my phone out in the middle of class and be like,
I wish I could schedule Instagram posts because, like, it'd be so easy to just post that way. But I have to manually go in. Yeah. Be like, okay.
Well, it's not a built-in feature, and then all of the people are like, you have to pay for a scheduled Instagram account.
I'm not paying.
Scheduled posts.
No.
But they're, like, third party. I'm like, I'm like, that's how you get your account hacked.
Right? You know? No, yeah, exactly.
But I haven't spent a single dime on BoonePod yet.
Oh.
I haven't made a single dime on it yet.
Yeah.
But I haven't spent any.
Okay, well that's a good thing.
I don't know if I'd ever do sponsorships.
You should.
I don't know how I'd fill that out on my taxes.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I'm scared of the IRS, and that's it.
That's funny.
I do not want to. Have you had anybody, like, try to reach out and, like, do any, like, collaborations with your account besides App State Hate? Because I feel like the kind of account you run would be really good for, like, collaborating with other people and doing stuff. It is.
So, well, you reached out, and this is kind of like a little collab, because I can be like, I'm going to post, and like, oh, go listen to the
It's always so nice when I have people on the show that they put it on their story, and I'm like,
it's like, it benefits both of us. It's kind of like collaborations through submissions. Like, I've had, like, App State Theater, I forget the show they just put on, but they were like, oh, I love this actor in this. Our show is March 3rd. Yeah. And then, like, Noun Improv, like, they were, like, talking about their show in the submission, and then I always make sure to post that, like, make sure it's, like, the front cover, so people can be like, oh, like, go see this, and then they'll post it on their story, and then people will go to my account and be like, oh, so it's kind of, like, both ways.
Did you do anything big for Valentine's Day on your account?
I just posted a lot. Oh. I made sure to up the submissions. I was like, I'm going to post a ton because Valentine's Day and love and all
Looking back at it, I had an idea for a Valentine's Day thing for BoonePod, but then I never did it.
What was it?
It was like a very rough idea, but it would have been like BoonePod in Love or something. And I just would have just, like, had a very Valentine's Day themed episode. Yeah, that's cool. But then I didn't do it. I have something planned for April Fool's Day, which I think is going to be the funniest fucking shit ever. It's something that nobody would ever expect me for BoonePod doing.
Okay.
I think you could guess it listening on the other episodes, but it's, okay, Future Mason Please bleep this out. I don't want any of this information leaking. I'm going to clap so I know where to do it, and then I'll leave a note in the audio file. I'm going to do like an hour-long Minecraft Let's Play.
What?
Okay, so my plan is the night before, I'm going to completely rebrand BoonePod to like BoonePod Gaming.
Okay.
And then the next day, upload at noon like an hour-long, fully edited, like cheesy Minecraft Let's Play.
Oh, that's going to be so funny.
And then April 2nd, I'm going to reverse it and be like, hey guys, sorry, we got hacked.
No, that's so funny.
And then revert it back to BoonePod.
That's actually funny.
Everybody, because I've told it to like 3 different guests, and every time I've beeped it.
Yeah.
Either I've beeped it or I'll tell them after the show.
Yeah.
I just think that's really funny.
That's actually hilarious.
There you go. That's for me when I'm editing to notice the really loud claps. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing.
Very
and
nice.
then I'm also recording with a very big guest on Thursday. It's the kind of big guest where you're like, holy shit, how did he pull that off?
Is it the mayor?
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
No
Bleep
way.
that out too.
Oh my gosh. See,
Yes.
I knew that from listening to the podcast.
Did I say it on the episode?
Yeah, you said it with Ari. You were like, you guys were talking about how you wanted to like interview more people, and you were like, the mayor. And then yeah.
Well, that's when I jokingly said it. Because I remember when I was editing it, I'm like, at that point I hadn't planned it out.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's fully planned out.
Very cool.
I emailed the mayor and I was like, hey, do you want to come on my podcast? And he was like, yeah, sure. So I don't know what we're going to talk.
Neat.
I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I just think it's really cool as a flex.
No, that is a flex.
Just, hey, did your show have on the mayor?
Yeah.
No. No, they didn't. And I'm freely talking about it now because actually, I probably didn't even have to bleep the Minecraft thing because this is going to come out after that.
Oh, true.
So this is going to come out like a month from now.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I don't even know I didn't have to bleep that or anything. So by then it'll be out.
That's
but
cool.
And also if I miss anything, people will be like, "Hey, you didn't do this."
Yeah,
and I'm
I'm
sorry.
Gotta live up to it.
I'm one dude.
Exactly.
I've had a lot of people message me when we're scheduling out when to meet for the podcast, and they always assume it's like multiple people.
Yeah.
And it's just me.
I didn't know if it was multiple people.
Well, I've had a lot of people reach out and like, hey, we're so happy that you folks reached out. I'm like,
you folks.
I'm like, it's just me, dog.
It's just you.
Anything you ever see made for BoonePod, any graphic, anything, it's made by me.
Good. Yeah, there was some dude I think who thought like multiple people ran App State Crushes. I was like,
I could totally see that.
Yeah, no, it's just me. And
especially with how much you post and how many submissions you get, I could totally see you having like a social media team of people.
See,
to do
I
that.
would, but I'm so particular.
Oh my god! Someone else like me. I am the exact same way. That's why I do BoonePod alone. Because I'm so particular and perfectionist about how I want it to look.
Yeah.
And then I know, so I'm putting out since this is coming out after. I'm trying to find a perfect, because I'm going to put out a teaser for the April Fool's thing.
Yeah.
And for like the last week, I've been trying to find the perfect song for it, and I'm like, I cannot. I haven't found it yet. But I've gone through like 100 songs, and I'm like, nope.
Just like. What do you mean songs? Like to promote it?
Yeah, to promote it.
Should do.
Because I haven't done them in a while, but I used to have these things. They were like adult. Do you know what Adult Swim bumpers are?
Yeah.
So I used to make a bunch of those for the BoonePod account, and I really liked making them because it was an easy way for me to not only get people to watch the whole video to see what I'm saying, but also just because it was just cool.
Yeah.
I would use it for like jokes and shit. I haven't made one in a while, and I really need to make one. But I'm going to make another bumper for the April Fool's thing, but I'm going to make it like all fiery and look like hell, and then play like death metal.
That's funny.
And then the April Fool's thing is going to be Minecraft.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm trying to find the perfect song. I don't know. I haven't found one yet.
You should do, I don't even know. You should do the, hold on, let me play it.
La Cucaracha. Actually, maybe
do it.
Maybe don't play it. I may get copyright strike.
Oh,
you can show me the name of the song.
The App State, the fight song.
Oh,
that'd be funny.
I don't know if I get copyright striked for that one.
Probably.
I don't think you can get copyright. Can you get copyright striked on Instagram?
I
would have by now with the amount of licensed music I use.
Yeah.
Because if you ever hear music on the BoonePod account, 99% of the time it's music from a video game. Mm-hmm. Just because video game music works, I mean, obviously, really well as background music. Because if I used music with the lyrics, people are going to be focusing on the lyrics.
You're like, what? Yeah.
Plus, because you're listening to the lyrics and then you're also trying to read words, and that's how you get brain melt.
Yeah.
So I always use video game music because it never has lyrics in it, and it's really good background music.
It's understandable.
I remember one time I used Minecraft music, and somebody was like,
so calming. It's so calming.
It is. That and Skyrim. You know what Skyrim is?
I do.
It's this, like, fantasy game, and it has the most ethereal, magical music I've ever heard in my life. It's awesome. But the other day when I think last week, it was raining. There was one day where it was like raining all day on campus. And I was just walking around campus listening to Skyrim music. And I was like, I posted on the BoonePod story and I was like, this is the mood for today.
Yeah.
And then nobody messaged me and was like, yeah, it is. And I was like,
oh, I was going to post on the F State Crush story that I'm like here. I'm not going to post to you, but I'll like post like.
No, I don't care. I've had a lot of people post like a picture of them posing in the camera on their stories.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So like, I'll get up. Okay. This is going to be bad for the quality. But see, if you get up over here, you can see yourself on the screen right there. So I've had a lot of people like sit down and then take a picture of themselves.
Wait, I'm going to do that.
There you go. Dude, I'm going to be listening back to this editing and I'm going to be like, this sounds awful.
Oh, that's so funny. Wait, I need to zoom in. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
This room is so cool.
I have a lot of people doing that. There you go.
Look at that.
See, every time I record in this room, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to use the equipment. And then, I mean, technically I don't.
Yeah.
Technically I don't use any of the equipment. I just turn on the lights so it gets kind of bright in here. Because then that kind of looks like a dungeon in here. It's not that scary. Except for maybe the bear outside.
There's a bear?
Have you not seen the bear statue? I'll show you after
we get to... There's a bear?
Yeah, there's a bear statue down here.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Yeah, because there's the maker space is right there. Mm-hmm. The audio recording room is right there. If you walk out that way and you take a right, there's a bear statue. Okay. It's like a taxidermied bear.
Interesting.
I don't know why it's down here, but it is.
Scary.
I also don't know why people come to this floor to study. Because this isn't a quiet floor.
No, it would be not the opposite.
This is a very loud floor.
Yeah, because the third floor is like quiet.
The third floor, yeah, that's where I usually go.
Yeah.
But then because I feel bad. But even then, I feel bad sometimes because I've had a few bands on here and they get rowdy, very loud.
I'm sure.
And I'll get done recording and I'll go out there and I'm like, I hope nobody's mad at me.
Yeah, because everybody looks over there.
Dude, this will be out after. I recorded an episode with Educated Guests, and oh my god, we were laughing so hard at jokes, I thought we were going to get kicked out of the room. I seriously thought we were going to get kicked out of the room.
That's how my friends and I are when we're in the study rooms, which we don't go to the library anymore because we are so loud and it's so bad. But we just can't help it because it's just... I used to
go up to the library. Well, actually, I used to go up to the planetarium a lot. Not the planet. Is that what it's? Solarium.
I love the
that
solarium.
Room is awesome.
It's so
nice. I always like it because it's so nice and cold.
It's
That's
peaceful.
It's also the freshest air on planet Earth.
I love the smell of that room. When
awesome.
I walk in, I'm like...
The only thing that sucks about it is that it seems like it's closed like 90% of the time.
Yeah, which I don't know why.
Because you can rent it out for private events. But then when you walk past and you look through the window, nothing's going on.
I know, that's why I'm like, why are you closed?
I don't know. I just like going in there because people play Minecraft music on the piano.
Yes, I love when people play the piano.
Telling you, here's how you get a good, maybe not a good study session, but this is what I do. Go to Crossroads.
Yes.
Specifically get a Skip and Lunch smoothie.
Okay.
Which is like a protein peanut butter banana strawberry smoothie. It's delicious. And you go up to the top floor of the solarium, and then you study. And then I usually bring like noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, but that's very smart.
That's what I usually do.
I love Crossroads.
But then like 90% of the time when I need to study now, I'm like, I'm not walking up to the library.
No.
And then I just study in my apartment.
Yeah.
So
I always study in my dorm. Yeah.
I could not do dorm life. I've never done dorm life and I don't want to.
Where did you... Oh, wait, you didn't...
No, I never. Well, because my first semester last January, I what was it? I commuted.
Okay.
I drove from Lenore to here.
Okay.
And then last semester, I just moved into an apartment. So I've never done dorms.
Really?
Well, because the thing, honestly, I'll tell you, the number one thing that made me not want to do it is that I don't have my own kitchen, and you can't you can only have like a microwave.
Yeah,
that's what drives me insane, because I like to cook a lot.
Uh-huh. Well, so that's good. Yeah.
So, the idea of having to use a communal kitchen would drive me insane.
I barely use the kitchen.
And then also one of my friends lived in one of the really old dorms.
Do you know which?
I can't remember the name. I know that they don't use these dorms anymore.
Okay, well that's.
They converted it into classrooms.
Oh wait, actually I don't know. Is it like East?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
I don't know the name. People will tell me the names of dorms. Like, yeah, I'm in this dorm. I'm like, I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
But same thing with App State buildings. I only know the names of the buildings where I have classes, and that's it. People are like, oh yeah, it's in this building. Sorry, yeah, I'm not listening to you. I don't know.
What buildings are your classes mostly in?
I have 3 classes in Peacock and 1 in Walker.
Are you a business major?
I'm technically, yeah. I'm a CIS major.
Okay.
So, which is a business, but it's just diet computer science.
Okay.
It's computer science without doing programming. So it's kind of just like IT.
I gotcha.
But it is technically a business degree, so I have to take a bunch of business classes, like accounting and microeconomics.
Are you in micro now?
I am, yeah. I am in micro.
Do you know? I'm sorry, this is like so many
questions.
No.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
What time?
11.
With Jenny?
Gallagher? Are we in the same class?
I'm literally in there.
I always sit close to the bottom, so maybe you've seen me.
I'm like...
I always sit on the, there's the very bottom row. Yeah. There's the one above that. Yeah. And then there's the third row. Okay. I always sit in the third row on the left side of the room.
Okay, So
if you see me in there tomorrow morning... No, that's where I'll be.
I'm third row from the top on the left.
I tried sitting in the top one time, and I'm like, I hate this.
I can never see the chalkboard.
That's why I have to sit close, because I would eat, like, up top, I'm like, what?
Wait, that's funny, we're in the same class. That's funny, because I'm business major, too.
But, what were we even talking about? Oh, I was talking I could never do dorm life.
Oh, yeah.
Because my friend lived in one of the really old dorms. And so last semester, 2 semesters before that, it was, like, right before my final. It was the day before my final. I'm like, hey... I don't want to have to drive all the way home back down to Lenore because it'd be like an hour drive. Yeah. And I don't have to drive back up in the morning. So I was like, would you mind if I just stayed in your dorm tonight? Because he didn't have a roommate. Like, I think his roommate moved out like the first week of the semester.
Yeah.
No, what they did was they quit. They
They dropped out?
They dropped out.
Okay.
So the first weekend, he never got another roommate. So he just had this dorm room to himself. And so he was like, yeah. And then I go in there. His dorm was 95 degrees.
What?
Maybe not 95 degrees. It was really, really hot.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to sleep, and I'm just sitting there covered in sweat. And I'm like, this is awesome. And then I got like 4 hours of sleep. And then I'm like, awesome. And then I went to the library, could barely comprehend what I was studying, took my final. I did, in every sense of the word, okay. On that final. Yeah. I think my final grade was like an 80 on my final. So I'm like, I'll take it. Yeah. I'll take it.
I'm convinced my dorm has mold. I've been an advocate.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I've been an advocate since the first month of school. Because I'm in like an older dorm. It's not like Laurel Creek. Like there's like the new nice ones. And I'm so jealous of those people. Because they're like the first people to live in those dorms. And our dorm's been open for like 40 years. And
that's how App State dorms are.
Yeah.
They're either 50 years old or brand new.
I know. And I'm like, why?
The brand new dorms are nice.
They are.
They're so nice.
Yeah, we have 2 people in our group that live in New River, and we'll go over there to hang out. And I'm like, why do y'all get like 3 times the space we do? They're so lucky. They have like a kitchen on every floor. My dorm has a kitchen on the bottom floor.
See, the more I talk to people about dorms, I'm like, yeah, I'm so glad I'm in an apartment.
I'm glad I got an apartment for next year because I didn't want to live on campus again.
Are you a freshman right now?
I am a freshman. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Dude, I always have some of these people on, and then I'm always like, there's so much. They're not a lot younger than me, but they are younger than me.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I turned 19, so it's not.
Yeah. But, like, I have a lot of people on, and they're like, I had one band on, I think I had the Weasels on, and like all of them are like 19. And I'm like, no fucking shot, you guys are 19. Because I started going here when I was 20.
Oh.
And then I turned 21 over winter break when it was like negative 15 up here. Did you ever hear about that?
How was negative 15?
Yeah.
I looked at the weather, but
So over winter break, there was one solid week where we were having this big winter storm. And I remember one day, I think the coldest it ever got was one day at 3 p.m., it was negative 10.
Ooh.
And every single day, I had to burst open my apartment door because it was literally frozen shut. And what was really funny is that everyone else in my apartment complex was gone for winter break.
Oh.
It was just me in this entire apartment complex. And I'm like, if a water pipe bursts and nobody else is here, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So literally that entire week, I was the only one. I think I was the only one running my water.
Wow.
But then, like at the very end of the week, one of my neighbors came back for like 2 days on the coldest days, and then left. And I'm like,
why would you come like that?
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because it was during winter break, and all I was doing was working. So I was just sitting there on my PlayStation, and then he came back. I was opening my door. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Because I literally couldn't work that week because I couldn't get out of my apartment complex's parking lot because it was so covered. It was like an inch thick of ice, and I'm like,
that's crazy.
I'm like, I can't come into work, and my boss was like, yeah, no, I can't get out of my house. So it's cool.
Yeah. So.
But
valid reason.
that was fun. That was a lot of fun stuff. I had a lot of fun. I will say, I think so far this semester, at least for me, has been maybe not the least. It's kind of been the least eventful. Like nothing crazy has happened. I've just been on like a routine schedule of like go to class, go to work, record BoonePod. That's what I rinse and repeat every week.
Yeah.
I don't know if it feels the same way for you.
It's pretty much. I mean, this semester is definitely more rigorous than last semester for me. So, it's just keeping up with the schedule and keeping up with homework and everything. It's kind of like that. Nothing really crazy's been going on. So.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
As long as nothing crazy happens.
I know.
Because I used to have a roommate, and then he moved out very sadly.
That's sad.
He passed away. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, I was about to be, I don't know how to react to that.
No, I'm joking. No, my roommate was, he's an education major.
Okay.
So he moved out because he's going to teach at a school.
Oh,
so his
okay.
last semester here is, his technically last semester at App State. He's teaching at a school somewhere.
That's cool.
And he's a special ed major.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And then here I am, a CIS major, being like, yeah, I fucking mess with cables.
Yeah, love it.
Then, dude, I remember one time there was on the what's it called? What's that fucking band? Sloth.
Oh.
On the Sloth episode, we only had 3 members of the band. And at the like 5-minute mark, they were like, "Yeah, sorry, we're missing one of our guys." And I was like, "Yeah, it's crazy how the hit squad got him," and they just rolled with it. And I was like, "Yeah." Because I'm like, if you come on my show, you kind of have to roll with my bits.
Go with it. Oh yeah, I shouldn't have reacted then.
No, it's I do that shit all the time. There was an episode I recorded last week. 2 weeks ago now, I think. But I recorded that episode with them, and I told a joke. And they were like, that was a joke, right? I'm like, yeah, it was. Because it was one of those jokes where I'm like, I felt like it was obvious when I was telling it, but maybe listening back, maybe it wasn't obvious that I was, because they said something and I was like, those damn liberals, and they were like, that was a joke, right? And I was like, yes.
Yes.
And then I was like, yes, I voted for Biden.
Yeah.
But that was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I do too many fucking bits on my show. Because I have these people, I remember I have a lot of people will message me and they'll be like, you didn't even talk about this band's music. I'm like, it didn't come up.
It didn't come up.
We were too busy talking about
other things.
Kramer from Seinfeld, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That Sloth episode, we mentioned their songs once.
Really?
We were too busy what were we fucking talking about? We were talking about, we talked about Kramer from Seinfeld and how he said the N-word. And then we talked about Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my gosh.
For like 30... The episode was like 45 minutes long, and 30 minutes of it was that conversation. It was really fucking funny. It was really funny. But I don't know. Every episode I'm like, do I talk about the person I'm having on, or do I make jokes?
Just random, yeah.
And then, I don't know.
It just ends up how it ends up.
How... So... No, I was stupid. I was going to ask you a question. I'm like, I've already asked that question. I was literally about to ask, when did you start doing this? And I was like, oh, she said November.
November.
Do you remember what specific day?
I think.
Was it like early November or was it late November?
I feel like November 17th. I feel like I looked today because I was like, what if he asked me when I started it? And I think it was November 17th. And yeah, still going to this day.
Awesome.
So.
Well, I mean, if anybody's listening, when you come onto the show, I do not have any prepared questions.
Yeah, because
unless I think of one on the way to the recording room.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I was like going through. I'm like, what's my craziest submission? I was like,
dude, what is your craziest submission?
All right, I have.
Do you have one where you're like, my god?
I have some pulled up, and I.
Are they like freaky, or?
Yeah, and I am assuming these are jokes because they were.
You don't. Listen. Maybe they're not jokes.
No.
You ever go on Yik Yak? That shit's.
Oh my god! Yik
Go. I'm telling you, go on the App State Yik Yak. After 10 o'clock at night.
It's
bad.
freaky. It's freaky at 3 p.m. People are like, who want to come over?
No, at 3 p.m. it's kind of just like, I don't want to fucking go to class today.
Yeah, but
at
like
10 p.m. it's like, come over. And they will post their exact dorm room, and I'm like,
no, dude. That's so bad. Okay, so these were all submitted. I remember looking at this because there were a bunch in a row, and I was like, these do not seem real. Like, these cannot... And, like, when you hear...
Do you think it was just, like, some dude like, this is going to be funny?
Yes, because there were a bunch in a row within, like, a 5-minute time period. Because I can see when, like, the time and date they were submitted. So, here's one of them. It's a series.
Please tell me they're really funny.
Who are you crushing on? The girl in my bathroom cleaning class. First of all, there's no bathroom cleaning class, but...
Listen, maybe there is. You don't know.
The message is, she helped me figure out how to wash my hands after using the bathroom, and it made me horny. Okay, next. The professor from my garden tool manufacturing class. Yesterday, her glasses almost fell off her face, and my heart skipped a beat. I just wanted to go over there and push the glasses back on her face gently.
I feel like that one could be real.
I don't know.
I feel like that one could be real. I don't know.
Jake, who plays music, I love the way his fingers glide over the instrument. I can't get enough of it.
Jake, who plays... Is that fucking... I wonder if that's Jake Skate from Sloth.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know many Jakes who play music.
I don't know. Yeah,
maybe somebody has a crush on Jake Skate. I mean, who wouldn't, to be honest?
I don't know. Evan Hoagie Bird.
That's a fake name.
It has to be. His shower is broken, and he told me that. He smells sort of funny, but he has me in a chokehold. I was like, okay. And these were like, I mean, that's not like crazy, but these are all just random ones submitted within 5 minutes, and I was like, I don't know.
Maybe. I feel like the gardening tool one. That one could be real.
Yeah.
That's the closest. That's the one where I would go back and forth.
Cleaning class. But, you know...
Who knows? Maybe there is a bathroom cleaning class.
I feel so bad. Because today, this is like on topic, but like off topic. So, whenever I post people's submissions, because sometimes they're like really weird. Like, they're really long and drawn out and like very specific. And I'm like... And if there's multiple submitted in a row and like about the same person, I'm assuming it's a friend group submitting and they're all sitting in a circle.
No, what if it's just a really long love letter?
I've posted some of those, and they're cute because some of them are actually very nice. But then some of them are like, I can't wait for you to break up with your boyfriend. I'll be waiting, and I'm like, oh, we got homebreakers up in here.
Have you seen any posts where you're like, this is cringe, and I'm not posting this? I know you said you post every submission, but are there some where you look at them and you're like, that's cringe?
Yeah, there's some that I'm just like.
It's like Tobeki in my home ec class.
Yeah, and there's some that are like, to my girlfriend, like, I know you're already mine, but I just want to say I love you. And I mean, it's cute, sweet, but like on App State Crush, you can write her. It's like that's note.
It's like you could just text her that.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, it's a cute little. But someone. Sorry, I just thought someone did.
Sorry, you just woke me up.
Yeah, good. Someone.
I'm focused.
Asked somebody to be their Valentine through App State Crush. And I was like...
Did you ever know what happened to it?
No. And I wish I did. I need to go, like, back and, like tag the person and be like, was she your Valentine? Because I remember looking at that and I was like, that's kind of cute. If people are using my account to, like, ask each other. It was funny. Anyways, throw back to this morning.
I really want to know which one you said I was on.
Okay, I think it was...
Because you've piqued my curiosity. Which
I think it was
I was
random.
Did it say my real name or did it say BoonePod?
It just said BoonePod. See,
I feel like that has to be somebody I've had on the show.
Let me... I don't know.
Maybe Shotty's hit up the fucking BoonePod DM. No. Please do not.
Can I look?
Random people do not hit up the BoonePod DM. I won't answer. I don't know. There was one guy who followed me, and I really liked his profile picture, and we talked for like 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was like, I love your profile picture, man. And he was like, thanks.
Yeah, I can't find it. I have to like scroll through. You'll see it, and if I find it tonight, I would just have to like scroll through.
Do you remember when it was posted?
Actually, it was like, honestly, it was like a day ago, because I was like, that's weird, because he just like asked if I wanted to come on the podcast. I promise you it wasn't me. No. Oh my, I swear to you, there has been times where somebody will follow me and I'm like caught up on submissions and I'll go look and like they followed me 6 seconds ago, but 1 minute ago there was a submission posted about them and I'm like, are you submitting yourself? I'm like, are you really putting your name in? I mean, if you want to be your own admirer.
Hold on. I'm gonna go on the App State Crushes account right now. Where is it? App State
Crush.
There it is. I'm gonna see how many people I follow you. You're followed by Noble Kava?
Yes!
Awesome.
No, they followed me today and I was like, no, that's so good.
Hey, you are followed by Jake Skate.
Really?
So maybe, I don't know.
Hello, Jake Skate?
Yeah, Jake Skate.
Oh, Skate!
He's in Sloth.
Oh, wow, and he's got 2,000 followers. Yeah. Followed by a celebrity.
I love App State haters. They haven't posted in 4 days, though.
They did.
You're slouching.
My roommate submitted a submission to them, and it was everyone die. And he posted it, and we thought it was so funny. I really want to know who runs it. I'm like so curious. I need to like do a collab.
So on the Google form, is it like by default anonymous, or do you have it set to anonymous?
I think I have it set to anonymous, but I feel like if you did put in your email, it would show me your name. But like, I'm sure people are logged in with their emails and it doesn't show. Because I don't want to be in anybody's business either. I don't think it's fair.
See, no, you're a better person than me. I would want to be.
I want to know.
I would know. I would totally be like,
I know.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's the drama? What's going on?
I would feel like such a bad person though. But like, I do want to know sometimes because there have been times like my friends are like submitted on there and I'm like, who did this? Because it wasn't any of us. And we're like, who is it? So I'm always very curious as to who's like submitting who.
What do you think? What if like a professor has posted something about like their students?
I didn't even think about that. If professors are on App State Crush,
it's like to James.
Because
meet me in office hours.
No, there was someone the other day that was like, Professor blah blah blah, like please ask to see me after class. I'm like, I should find this professor's Instagram and follow them, and then post it 2 seconds later.
See, I couldn't. How would you even find a professor's Instagram account?
I feel like it wouldn't be that hard. You just gotta find their first and last name.
I don't know. Not all my teachers are old farts, so I don't know.
Yeah, about that. Most of mine are young actually, so I don't know.
Except for, I guess like my youngest would be
Jenny.
Jenny. She's my youngest. It's completely off topic. It's so funny how like every time like 7 minutes before class ends, people start packing up.
Yeah,
and then she's like, hey guys, I'm still teaching.
Yeah, and she's like, guys, we still have 2 minutes. I'm like, I know.
Or was it on Monday? She was like, you guys are already packed up. Just go.
Yeah, I was like, thanks, girl, because I'm gonna go. But that class.
Because after that class, I have to walk to Walker. So every time I'm like, I'm just beaming to go.
Yeah.
Because I hate walking to Walker.
I have to walk in 15 minutes from Sanford to Walker. And it's a really annoying walk. I make it every time, but it's just...
See, I just put on my headphones, listen to loud music, and go.
Yeah, I'm like speed walking.
And then usually in between that class, I have another class like an hour later. And then I have to go from Walker to the dining hall and then back to Peacock. Walking from the dining hall to Peacock after eating lunch is excruciating. Or maybe I just ordered too much food.
No. The new, like, salad thing that they've said, or not the salad thing, like, have you seen those people with the big bowls in Central? It's like the huge bowls in Upper Central. Yes. It's like Chipotle.
I had to think about it because I never go to Central. I never go to Upper.
Oh, you never go to Upper?
I've been up to Upper twice this semester.
Oh, really?
I usually don't get lunch on campus because most of the time I'll just go back to my apartment.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, I need to eat something now. So I'll go to Lower, and then what I always do here's the BoonePod lunch that you get in the dining hall.
Okay.
You go to the place where you can get like a Chipotle bowl on the lower level. Yes. It's like build your own burrito.
Yes.
Go there, and then I always build the biggest, most monstrous plate of food ever. Because it's like I get the cilantro chicken, and then I get rice, beans, every vegetable,
yummy,
fajita vegetables, guacamole, jalapenos, and you get a plate that's like this fucking much food for like $8.
I know, it's crazy. It's good.
And then I just chug a water.
Yeah.
And then sometimes if I'm feeling devious, I'll get a cookie. But, dude, that is my crutch. When I'm going to check out to get food, I'll go through and there's these massive fucking cookies the size of my head.
They're huge.
And they're like $3. And every time I'm like, why not? And then I get one, and then I'm like, yeah, that was like 600 calories, and I'm like,
oh well,
awesome.
Yeah.
It's for bulking later when I go working out.
YOLO.
For context, viewers, I don't work out.
My friends all do. They all go to the gym.
Dude, one of my friends that goes to a different college, he started going to the gym recently, like consistently, and I'm like, I can't let this motherfucker like catch me up. Yeah. So I'm like, I have to start going at some point.
I try to go, and then my motivation just goes downhill. But
I need to get my ideal body type.
Yeah,
like
I do.
Strong man.
Ballet every Tuesday, Thursday.
For the viewers listening, Zangief from Street Fighter? That's what I want to look like in real life.
No idea.
I'll pull up a picture so you know what I'm talking about. Alrighty. Hold on. You're going to see this character and be like, what the fuck? Here it is. Scared. He's not scary. Zangief from Street Fighter. He's this fucking he's this monstrous dude. Gosh. He's not a bodybuilder. He's like a wrestling strongman. Strongmen are just like, they're just big.
Yeah.
That's what I want to look like.
Yeah.
That's my ideal body type. I'm already bald, so we're doing pretty good. If anybody ever sees me walking around campus with a hat on, do not assume there's hair under there. I am bald. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very sad story.
I have that same hat. What's your story?
Well, the story is that every other dude in my family was like already bald. I'm like, it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah.
So like my senior year of high school, actually like a month before the pandemic started, I started shaving my head, and ever since then, I used to have a solid head of hair.
Really?
Used to be able to see it on my old license, but I don't have that anymore. So
sad.
I had like it wasn't quite a Justin Bieber cut, but I just had kind of a Justin Bieber cut.
I got you.
But it was like really, at one point it got really long, but then ever since then I've been bald, and then now nobody remembers what I look like with hair, and then everybody's like, you know what, bald suits you, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know how easy it is to wake up in the morning and not have to brush my hair?
Must be nice.
It is.
Must be nice.
It is. I'm just saying everybody should shave their head at least once in their life. Just do it once.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Although I will say I did see a TikTok earlier today where this woman I follow was like, hey guys, just a reminder, if you shave your head, it takes 1.5 years to grow back. So.
That's so long.
Yeah.
I feel like I would miss my hair.
I told my sister to do it. She refuses. And then I'm like,
I got it cut back in November, and it's finally starting to grow back. I'm like.
I could not do long hair.
It's so much work.
I know. Even when I had my hair, it wasn't long, but I was like, this is too much work. I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
Like, just having to brush my hair off, like, I'm not doing this anymore. I hate this.
Yeah, I have naturally curly hair, and I'll, like, straighten it every day. And my hair takes at least, like, 45 minutes. And it's just so much of my time, and it's just so
See, then when I started shaving my head, then I had to put all my attention to my beard. So now I just manually prep and pedicure and meticulously trim my beard.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to decide if I should... at one point, I think the longest I had it down to like here on my neck.
Really?
Yeah, and I look back at pictures, I'm like, that didn't look good, man. So.
Yeah. Now I got it down.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I also shave it like every 2 months. So.
Yeah.
Just to make fun of my friends who can't grow any facial
hair. Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Well, I have I have a few friends who can only grow like goatees.
Really?
And then I'm the only person that can like grow a full beard. And they're like, Mason, how do you do it? Genetics.
Yeah.
But enough about this. Back to BoonePod. Holy shit. We're almost at an hour.
Oh my gosh.
Does it not feel like that long?
No.
I recorded one show last week, and I you know, like after I get out of the show, I usually talk to my guests for a few minutes. Except for like one time I recorded with the Weasels, we talked for like almost an hour.
Seriously?
After we got to it was like almost a second episode of the show. But as I heard them walking away, not the Weasels, some other group, they were walking away, and I heard them. They're like, "Was that really like an hour and a half? It didn't feel like that long."
No, it doesn't. Honestly.
Well, when you're having good conversation, it doesn't feel like that.
It goes by
long.
fast.
It does go by pretty fast. Mm-hmm. And then I also have to make sure I'm talking constantly.
Yeah.
Because that's the part about a podcast is you can't ever have any dead air.
Have like a lull.
You can't have a lull because also for me, if I have a lull, that means more editing for me. And so I'm like, I have to keep talking.
Yeah.
You have to constantly be talking because then if you don't, not only are you gonna have to edit more, then also viewers are gonna be like, why'd they stop talking?
Yeah. They'll be confused.
And then I will grab them by the neck.
Like, just listen up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I know you were talking about. So do you remember when you hit 1,000 followers?
It was like a week ago, and I was just chilling. I was like, oh, I got 1,000 followers, and that was kind of it.
If BoonePod ever hit 1,000 followers, I think I would like foam at the mouth.
No, I was excited, but I was like, should I do like face reveal and like get people like if I get to
honestly,
5,000
that's probably what I would have done. If I were you, if I got to 1,000 followers, I would have done face reveal.
Yeah, I'm just scared if people know who I am. I'm gonna be walking around campus. People are like, oh my god, it's the girl who runs App State Crush.
I will say I've never had anybody recognize me on campus.
Well, that's a good
Although to be fair, when I'm walking around campus, I don't talk much.
Yeah.
I feel like if people heard my voice, then maybe they'd recognize me.
Yeah.
But then also I just never talk in any of my classes ever, so I don't. Yeah, I'm good.
I talk a few times. That's why like if I ever reveal my face and there's someone like in my class and I'm like talking in class.
They're like,
is
oh
that
my god,
App State Crush? Or like people from my high school. I feel like they would be like, she runs it. Like it's just weird. If
anybody ever recognized me, is that BoonePod? I'd be like,
BoonePod.
Yes, it is me.
Yes. I mean, I think it'd be fun if people knew who I am, but I feel like Radio Rebel. You know that movie?
No.
You don't know Radio Rebel?
No. What is that?
It's with
Is that like
what's her face? Debbie Ryan.
That sounds. Is that like a Disney Channel original movie?
Yes, it's like the one where she's like wearing the headphones and she's like, I don't even know.
I'm gonna look this up.
No, you know the Debbie Ryan face. You know who Debbie Ryan is, correct? Tell me you know she. There's no way. You're 21. You're still in the era of Disney Channel movies.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
Her.
Yeah, but Radio
Rebel, that face.
Yeah, she's like... No, but, like...
Oh, that's the movie it's from!
Yeah!
I didn't know that was... Okay.
Oh my gosh, well, I feel like
Why is she making that face?
She's just crazy like that.
When did this movie come out? 5.8 out of 10.
Oh.
2012?
She, like, hides behind her little Radio Rebel name, and I'm like, I'm Radio Rebel, but I'm App State Crush. And
I was not a big Disney kid growing up.
Really?
I was a Cartoon Network kid. No, I was Cartoon Network and Nick.
Okay.
I was watching like Adventure Time and like Chowder.
Did you ever watch South Park?
I still watch South Park.
My friends and I have been watching it a lot lately, and
it's still really funny.
I've never seen it until now.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Like up until recently, you've never watched South Park ever?
No.
That's really surprising.
I was a Disney kid. I love
Yeah,
Disney.
If you're a Disney kid, that would make sense that you've never watched South Park.
But we've watched it so much lately. Like the theme song is stuck in my head constantly.
It's really good. It's still really funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously offensive, but it's one of those shows where, like, yeah, it's offensive, but they do it really well to where everyone would think it's funny. It's not like some other adult shows where it's like, dude, that was just racist.
I'm like, you could have covered it up a little better. Like,
it's like the funniest joke ever in South Park history is, the character Token?
Yeah.
So he's named Token because he's supposed to be the stereotypical, like, token black guy.
Yeah.
But they recently, like 2 seasons ago, they retconned it to where his name is Tolkien, where he's named after J.R.R. Tolkien. And so what they did on Paramount Plus and HBO Max, wherever South Park is streaming, they have gone back and changed every mention of Tolkien's name to Tolkien. But then there's one character in the show, Stan, who is always called him. They have an episode about it where he has this realization that everyone has always called him Tolkien, and he's always called him Token.
Oh.
And then so every time Stan calls Token by his name, it still has Token, but then everyone else it's Tolkien. And I'm like, that's the greatest commitment to a bit ever.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. That's like a lot.
I cannot imagine having that much commitment. Have you ever heard about the production cycle of South Park? They make every the episode that airs that week on TV, they made it that week.
Oh, really?
So usually in animation, like they'll animate the show and then they'll go through post-production, all that stuff, and they'll usually finish it like a few months before the episode actually airs. South Park, they make it that week because it's so simply animated.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 total voice actors on South Park. They just sit in a room until they come up with a funny joke, and then they go record the lines and animate it, and then it comes out that week. That's why it's like the only TV show on television that can talk about current topics.
Yeah. Oh, wait, that makes sense, actually.
So that's why they can talk about like that's why they can talk about political events.
Yeah.
The week it happened.
I did not know that. Very interesting.
Also, I cannot imagine having an episode. Oh my God, I can't imagine the amount of work that goes into an episode like that, and then putting it out.
A lot.
Doing that with BoonePod sucks already.
Yeah.
Especially last season when I used to do 2 episodes a week. And then I stopped doing that because I'm like, this is going to kill me.
Yeah.
So now I do 1 a week, but then I guess I'll announce it here. Spring break, I am putting out 3 episodes. I've already decided that spring break I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 new episodes.
Very nice.
And then I'll do, what is it? I don't know. Because I am recording with the mayor, and I think I've told this to a few other people that I'm recording with, and every time they're like, "Oh my God, what?" And then I think I'm gonna push every other episode back, and just put the mayor.
Put the mayor at the forefront.
Because I'm like that. I have to, right?
You have to.
Like it's like if I got Joe Biden on, and I was like, this is what's coming out right now.
Right. Yeah. No, that has to be like.
If I had Biden on,
that'd be insane.
That would be insane.
Very.
I can't think of many politicians that I would have on the show.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Biden, Jimmy Carter, even though he's almost dead.
Yeah.
He's in.
I thought he was dead.
He's in hospice right now.
Oh.
So I think they put out. Like, his family put out a message on the Jimmy Carter Instagram.
Wait, that's kind of sad.
Saying that, like, he's decided to spend the rest of his time in his home in Georgia with his family. So because you only go into hospice when they're like, you're dying soon.
You're done.
Like, oh my God. Can you imagine you go into a hospital and your doctor's like, you're done.
That'd be funny.
They just pull the IV out. You're done.
That's actually hilarious.
Can you imagine? Here's the motherfucking teat. And then they're like, you're dying.
You're done.
If a doctor said that to me, I think I would die immediately.
That's going to be like future doctors. I can't imagine our generation going into the world and doing
the older Gen Z, they're already in the world. I think the oldest Gen Z is like 28.
Yeah.
I think. So.
But like, I've seen like
there are Gen Z. I remember there's like 2 Gen Z politicians in Congress and the Senate.
Oh yeah.
There's like 2.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I can't wait for all those old farts to pass out and go away.
Bye guys. And then it'll be up to us.
Like, there's too many old politicians.
I know.
There should be an age limit on being a politician.
You're almost dead.
I was talking about this with one of my friends. I'm like, there should be a hard cap at like 65.
Yeah, be like, okay.
For being a politician. You should have 35 to 65 to being a politician, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Like, if you get elected at 65, you can run out your term.
Run out.
And then you're done.
No, I agree.
What's going on out there? There were a bunch of people wearing suits walking out when I walked in here. Pledges. Is that what was happening?
For fraternity, probably.
Oh. Gross.
They're everywhere. I see them everywhere.
Dude, the business majors that wear suits to class every day, I'm like, that shit is so corny. I hate it.
I know. Walking into Peacock, like, the first day of school, I was like...
There's so many people in business suits.
I know. And I was like, I feel, like, bummy, and I'm wearing jeans and a sweater.
I'm telling you, 90% of the time, if I'm going to class, I'm wearing sweatpants and like a t-shirt.
No, me too.
I will never dress in my actual good clothes to go to class. I'm either wearing shorts. I'm basically wearing what I would wear for pajamas to class.
No, I do too. I put no effort in. I'm just like, okay, we're just gonna go to class and go back to the dorm.
There's no point in setting if you got to be comfortable, right?
No, exactly. I'm like I'm already sitting in class for hours.
And then one time in class, I was like,
yeah,
fuck.
Yeah.
I've never fully fallen asleep in class before though.
I don't think I have either, honestly, but.
I know my sister has.
Really?
My sister's a fucking sleepyhead.
That's funny.
Dude, I remember when I was still living with my parents, my sister can knock out a 12-hour sleep. Like every night. Really? She can knock it out. And I'm like, how do you do that? Because like I remember when we were both still in high school, she would, like over the summer, she would wake up at like 2 p.m. and I would wake up at like 8 a.m. and I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you plan on doing for the rest of the day? And she's like, eat lunch, go back to sleep. And I'm like, sounds like a fun day.
Yeah.
Because my sister's only a year younger than me.
Okay.
But it feels like there's a large generational gap between us.
Yeah.
Because like me and my sister will text each other TikToks, but then I'm like, all the TikToks where I'm like, this is really funny. I'm like, I can't send that to her, you know.
Does she think it's not funny?
Well, also my kind of comedy, I don't want to say it's niche, but I think normal people will be like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because I do this really weird thing where all the TikToks, I don't bookmark TikToks.
You don't?
I download them.
No,
I have over 4,000 TikToks on my phone.
Is your storage not full?
I've got a 256 gig.
I do too,
but it's fine. I'm like halfway through storage, but like I have TikToks all the way back to like June 2019.
No, that's
weird. Well, because the reason why I don't is because if you bookmark a TikTok, 99% of the time, if it's like a really funny TikTok I like, it'll get deleted. Yeah. So I'm like, if I really want to have this forever, I download the video. I remember when I first got TikTok, I would bookmark a bunch of videos of like really like 5 million view videos. And then the next day I go back and I check my bookmark, it's like a checkerboard of videos that are removed.
Yeah, and then you're like, what was that?
Yeah, and then I don't remember what video it was or who it was from.
Sorry.
You're getting a call? Oh my God. No, I've gotten a call. Sorry. Last episode I recorded, I got a call. And then my friend was like, why didn't you answer my call? I was like, I was recording.
Sorry.
And he was like, oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Whoopsies.
Was it like an important call?
It's just my boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
So that is important, but he knows I'm here. I literally told him. Wow, does he want to be on the podcast that bad?
If you had it, I wouldn't be objected to it. Okay. If anybody who wants to come on the show, I'm like, yes.
He doesn't even go here.
Does he not?
No, he goes to community college.
He doesn't even.
He doesn't even go here. No, he goes to community college, like 3 hours away. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I went to. Community college is the way to go.
No, because it's smart. It's really smart.
It's financially smart. Here's what you do, because when I was going to App State, before I went here, I went to a community college called Caldwell County Community.
I've heard of that.
And Technical Institute Community College.
Okay.
And they have an agreement with App State where if you finish an associate's degree there, you automatically get accepted into App State, no matter what.
Okay.
So all throughout high school, all my friends were like, I need to apply for colleges. I never applied for a college once, ever. I mean, except technically App State.
Yeah.
But then when I put in my details there, it was like 10 minutes later, it's like, you got in.
Yay! Celebration.
And I was like, awesome. My mom was really excited.
Aww.
But then I was like, I already knew I was gonna get in. Yeah. And I was like, Mom, you knew I was gonna get in too. And she was like, yeah, but
still.
You know. That was a crazy time when I graduated though. Because I graduated from community college in 2021.
Oh yeah.
So COVID, and then I graduated from high school in 2020.
Oh, you're one of those kids.
Yeah, so
that sucks.
I remember it was like, oh, cool, we get 2 weeks of spring break, and then I never stepped foot into that school ever again.
I couldn't imagine being a senior.
I went back to campus to graduate, and that was it. But even then, my graduation was like, it was like you can have like you plus 5 of your family members. You get in, you talk to the principal, and you're like, your academy leader for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. And
then you get your degree and you leave. That was very fun.
That's so sad.
And then I remember me and my friends were going to go on vacation that year. but then we didn't. And then the next year when we all graduated community college, we actually did go on vacation. We went to the Outer Banks.
Oh, fun.
It was really nice. It was the first vacation I'd ever been on away from my parents. And I enjoyed it. Cool. It was really nice because my parents weren't there.
Yeah, so you get to...
Because my parents always wanted to do a vacation a very specific way. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, the best part about that vacation was actually that there was an intense gas shortage.
Oh, during that time.
I do not have good luck when it comes to big events. But, because I remember we were all like, oh my God, are we going to have enough gas to get home?
Yeah.
And then we had to search for like 2 days. Because there were 2 days during the vacation where we literally couldn't leave our condo that we'd rented. And we just sat in our condo ordering pizza and playing video games.
I mean, that sounds fun.
What we ended up doing, it was actually really fun, was that we took turns playing video games. Mm-hmm. So like I remember we played, one person would sit through and play a video game all the way through, mm-hmm. and then we'd go to the next game. And I remember I played specifically Resident Evil 7 all the way through. Mm-hmm. And then I think one person played a Sonic game all the way through. It was a good time.
Sounds fun.
And then we finally found gas. And then I think we found gas the day before we were supposed to leave.
Yeah.
So it was really fun stuff.
Car difficulties.
I think the lady up front said we had this room until 10.
Okay.
It's 9:50 now. So I'm gonna do what I always do with the last few people on my show. I'm gonna give you like 5 minutes to do shout outs. So whoever you want to shout out, I don't care who.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Just go whoever you want, and then we'll do the outro, and we'll be out of here.
Wait, this is funny. I'm pulling up my group chat.
Oh my God.
All right, shout out Ben, Ella, Matt, Faith, my Ruby Faith, Cal, Julia, Landon, Bennett, Connor, Lily, Gabby, Michelle, Jaden, Macy.
That's a really big group chat.
That is our little group.
I've never had a group chat above like 6 people.
Yeah, well, that's my little group. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my boyfriend Alec.
Shout out God.
Shout out God and Jesus. Who else do I want to shout out? Shout out my mom. My dad and my sister.
It's always you can always tell the kind of person that I have on. Mm-hmm. I'm like by who they shout out.
Yeah.
Because some people will be like my dog, my roommate, cookout. And then some people are like, yeah, my mom, my dad, all my sisters, all my friends.
Shout out Starbucks if we're doing food places.
Whoever you want.
I get Starbucks every day.
I get Starbucks like once a week.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you get?
The caramel frappuccino crunch.
You want your frappuccino, dude?
Yeah,
get the refresher. Shout out Emma. Mm-hmm. I don't know who else. I don't know. Shout out. If you listen or not listen, if you follow App State Crush or BoonePod, shout out to y'all and continue to spread the word about both of our accounts. Because
shout out App State haters.
I feel like I got beef with them a little bit. They're trying to counteract me or whatever the word.
No, they're doing like a yin and yang, so there's a balance.
Yeah.
You're such an overwhelming positive net good that he has to be an overwhelming net negative.
Yeah.
So there's yin and yang. There's balance.
No, because there has been negative on App State Crush lately. Like I feel so bad. This is what I was trying to say earlier. I forgot. Like I got off track. I was standing behind these two people in Crossroads today, and I hear them talking about a post that they didn't like about themselves, and they like gave each other a hug, and they're like, "I'm sorry that that was posted about you." And I remember I deleted it the night before because somebody DM'd me and was like, "Take it down," and I felt so bad because
Do you remember what it said, or was it just something that was like really gross?
It was 4 posts in a row about the same person, and it was very drawn out, like
so just like a love letter.
No, it wasn't even a love letter. It was just like nasty stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I loved having sex with you the other night, or like random stuff. And I thought it was like this person's friend group submitting because it was so many.
You thought it was a joke.
I thought it was a joke, and it wasn't a joke because I can never tell if these are jokes or not because some people DM me and they're like, "Take it down, like this is weird." I'm like, okay, but I thought it was a joke, and I feel so bad because I deleted it right away, but this person was like hurt by it. And I was like. And it was so weird because I was like right behind them in Crossroads and I was like, they don't know that I'm listening right now. And I posted on my story, I'm like, please be nice when you're submitting people because this is supposed to be about like crushes. And I mean, it was technically like a crush, like.
But it was like a weird.
It was weird because I can never tell if it's a joke or not. So shout out to people who say nice things. And if you make a joke, shout out
Remember,
to
be positive.
Be positive.
Be kind.
Be kind. Be good.
Oh, wait, shout out App State.
Shout out App State just because we go here. And shout out...
It's a cool school, I guess.
Yeah. Shout out warm weather. Shout out Delta Chi. It's my favorite frat to go to.
After what I've said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, my friends and I go out to parties.
Okay.
I'm not like a frat lover, but we like Delta Chi.
You tolerate frats.
I tolerate them.
Okay.
I tolerate them.
I'm a frat hater.
You're a frat. You should start an account. App State frat hater.
No, I've got my hands full with BoonePod. I'm not doing anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got it.
I'm not going to be like that cancel Draba guy. Do you know what Draba is?
Yes. What?
I don't know much about it. I'm not the most. So Draba is this guy who he's like a coordinator for a lot of bands. Mm-hmm. He sets up gigs. Yeah. Apparently he's a really bad dude.
Yeah,
apparently he scams people out of money a lot of the time. I've heard he's been like really gross to some of the bands he's had on. Like he's been like inappropriate.
Yeah.
I don't know the full story. I would ask someone more knowledgeable about it, not me. All I know is that you should probably follow the Cancel Draba account, because then you'll see a lot. You'll see a lot of like real stories about the kind of stuff he's done.
Yeah, well, shout out Cancel Draba, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. Draba. I really don't know anything about Draba.
Yeah,
to be
me
honest.
either.
Like, I've seen people be like, "We don't like Draba," and I'm like,
I don't know the full details, so I shouldn't be going around spreading misinformation.
Yeah,
I just don't know much.
Yeah,
but.
Anyways.
I don't know if that's a good topic to leave it on.
We need a more positive thing. I don't even know.
I'm going to eat cookout after this.
Yes, cookout.
Because I haven't had dinner yet.
You haven't.
Well, so the reason, I actually meant to tell you this earlier. The reason why, normally a lot of the time why I record so late at night is because 99% of the time I have to work that day. And I get out of work at 8. And then I have to sprint back to my apartment, change out of my work uniform, and then come back here. Mm-hmm. So usually when I'm recording BoonePod, I haven't eaten it. I ate lunch at like 1. I'm starving. But,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah. After I get out of work, I'm always hungry. But then I have to close, and then my food like sits in the warming drawer, and then I get off of closing, and it's like an hour. My food's been like sitting out, and I'm like, it's like cold, but it's fine.
Yeah. So I know you said you listened to an episode earlier today. Mm-hmm. Or I don't know if you listened to it today or not.
It was today.
Do you perchance know the outro? Do you remember it? I always like to ask, because some people listen to the episodes and then... I don't remember. Okay, so the outro is "See You Later, Booners."
Booners?
Yeah, because my fan base is the Booners.
Oh, yeah.
Because their parents are the
boomers. Oh, that's so clever.
I know. Some people think I'm stupid, and I am.
No, that's actually very clever. One. That's funny. Okay.
So the outro is "See You Later, Booners." Okay. So after... so like 3, 2, 1. Mm-hmm. And see you later, Booners. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. See you later, Booners.